Here is me at 59 kgs, way too skinny, eating way too little, with a bit of muscle. Here is my physique now at 84 kgs, a bit better I'd say. How did I put on 25 kgs of mostly muscle while staying fairly lean? There are many videos telling you how to bulk, the basics of a slight calorie surplus, to lift more often, lift heavier, and so on. And those are all true and effective, but most videos are overcomplicating things. Or they haven't put on much muscle naturally, or they're making things too difficult. Over the past few years, I've come up with my own routine, and I found it to be pretty simple. There are things I did to make the process more effective, easier, and to avoid excess fat and that sluggish feeling you get when bulking. Also, my routine only involves strength training 3 times a week. If you want to take this routine for yourself and get bigger, which is very easy to do following what I do, you just need to strength train another 1 to 3 days more. But you don't have to, and you'll still put on muscle like I did. Firstly, the basics everyone goes over. So to bulk, I needed to be on a calorie surplus. I'm not a nerd that calculates and tracks their calories. I keep it fairly basic. This whole routine is basic, around plus 1 kg of body weight per week. If you want to be extra safe and you notice you're putting on too much fat, do 0.5 kgs of body weight per week. Any more, you'll notice your fat increase a bit too much. You'll notice the sluggish effects of bulking and you'll just feel worse. So just keep it around that. For protein intake, I use the basic rule of 1.5 grams per kg of body weight. And I made sure all my food is non-processed carbs, healthy fats, and whole meats. I completely cut sugar and I only drink water. If you're gonna bitch about the taste of your food, the rest of the routine isn't going to be as easy if you want it to be, because a good diet equals better energy levels and head clarity, which in turn will make everything else easier. If you're trying this yourself and that's a problem, you gotta ask yourself, do you want the good body or do you want a good sensation in your mouth for a few minutes? If it's the first option, keep watching. The second, I can't guarantee that the rest of what I'm gonna say is gonna work. So this video ain't for you, and that's alright. So the only foods I eat daily, 99% of the time, for carbs: white rice, brown rice, black rice, potatoes. For protein: chicken, steak, salmon, protein powder, and a high protein chicken tin or an alternative if you need that extra protein. For fats: nuts, avocado, peanut butter, and eggs, which are also high in protein. For fiber and extra vitamins your body needs: broccoli, carrots, and bananas. Also supplement creatine, the lowest dosage you don't need anymore, so that's like 5 grams. That is the only foods you need to bulk and stay healthy, which in turn is going to ensure you don't put on as much fat and feel sluggish. For my workout, 3-day split can be push, pull, legs, or back, chest, legs, whatever you want to call it or adjust it to. It does not matter. Just being consistent with what you're doing and pushing to or near failure on every set, that's what matters. Once you can do more than 12 reps on a set with good form, up the weight and repeat. Aim for around 3 to 4 sets of whatever exercise you're doing, and just make sure in the routine you target pretty much all the main muscles. So what I do, note this down if you plan on doing this yourself. This part's important. Lock in if you weren't paying attention already. Day 1, lat pull downs, tricep pull downs, or overhead tricep extensions, bicep curls, shoulder shrugs, and weighted cable rows, whatever you want to call it. Day 2, hip adductor, hip abductor, hamstring curls, leg extensions, weighted step ups or calf raises, weighted squats, and also I do my forearms on that day. So like front and back wrist curls, hammer curls, finger lifts, those wrist twist things, and those like backwards bicep curls. Day 3, overhead shoulder press, lat raises, seated lat raises, chest fly machine, press ups, incline diamond press ups, declined press ups, weighted inclined abs again, and leg ab raises. That's it for strength training. That alone won't keep you lean, so unfortunately my routine involves cardio. Whenever, throughout the week, a 10k run. I set the treadmill to speed 13. You can do whatever, just finish the run. Day after, 5k sprint intervals. So how I do this: 250 meter run at speed 12.5, 1.25 km, speed 16, 500 meter break at speed 9, 250 meters at speed 12.25, 1.25 km, speed at 16. So it's like the same thing, repeat it again, 500 meter break again, then set it to speed 20 and go for 800 meters, or as much as you can. Just try get it to around 5k, and then warm down the last 200 meters if you still got extra, like around, it'll be around that. Take 3 days off running and then repeat again. Also, on days you're not strength training, get in some extra cardio by doing some sport or something. I do boxing 3 times a week. It can be whatever. Just get in an hour at least, then have 1 day of recovery per week. So what are some other extra things I did to ensure the bulk went smoothly and nice and easy? I ensured I did as much natural practices as I could to keep my testosterone levels high or like balanced, I guess, so my muscles grew optimally with little fat. So things like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, daily sunlight, supplementing vitamin D, bedroom cardio, jumping through windows to use the gym, rarely drinking alcohol, and avoiding stress. All those small things you can do which add up and make a difference is what I would try to do. Very basic, very easy. Most people should be able to do this routine. If you want to try it for yourself, adjust it slightly to your needs, because obviously everyone starts somewhere different, so you might not be able to do it straight away. That's fine. But if you want to lean bulk exactly or similar to how I did, it's not that hard. That's an all natural way to put on muscle, and I can guarantee my routine works. So this is my current routine that I've come up with with over the years. If you plan on trying it for yourself and you want to keep me updated on it, let me know in the comments below. I'm obviously going to be altering this routine and adjusting it more going forward because I'm always looking for new ways to improve it. And this is just like keeping the bare minimum of putting on muscle. I obviously don't have that much right now, and maybe in the future I'll plan on putting on more, but it's quite simple to adjust from here. And for going from 59 kgs to 85, 84, 85, doing something like this, only strength training 3 times a week, I would say it's a pretty good routine.